Alright, peace to you, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Now, right now, I'm sitting in front of a Swiss chalet. Just thought I'd quickly record a video for you. And I just want to let you guys know or inform you of what I've been noticing, and that is that the God pill is taking over the world by storm, at least particularly the Western kind of technological societies, the societies, the places that have been modernized. The God pill is taking over by storm, particularly in the West. And what is the God pill? What is the God pill, in case you guys are not aware of it? Well, pill, talking about pills and the whole pill slang thing on the internet, it's talking about various ideologies that people adopt. So of course I've criticized the red pill, I've criticized the black pill a little bit as well. Well, the God pill is people, the black pill is people coming to their realization that looks is all that matters in life. The red pill, I've talked about them extensively. The God pill, which is a true pill, and that's the pill I'm promoting, is that it is coming to the realization that God needs to be the center focus of our lives, and that when we reject God, we reject ourselves, and we destroy ourselves and our societies, and we just cause chaos and disorder everywhere. And I'm telling you guys, the God pill is taken over by storm, because what inspired me to make this video is I just hopped onto a live stream of Ice Cold JT, and I made a video on him previously along with Hamza and Von Tukat, these kind of modern, secularist, young life advice people, criticizing their ridiculous advice and how they're not guided by any morals or any scriptures. They just really say what they want. They speak out of their own vain desires. And Ice Cold JT, he literally said in this live stream that I think that the majority of the problems in the world are because of atheism. And he's like, if you're an atheist, I don't want you near my children, I don't want you near my grandchildren, and you guys are messed up, you guys give off weird energy. And he said he needs to read the Bible and the Quran more. He's not fully there yet, but he needs to become more godly and more righteous. And we've seen Hamza make the same admission as well. He said that Adonis, or the peak standard of a man, this kind of character he's created, would definitely be a devout and strong believer. Elliot Hulse has turned to God. All these people, who are trying to give men advice, trying to make them stronger with the weakening that the system has given to them, they're coming to the realization that God is the only way out of this. God is the only way out of this. And they're understanding the wickedness and degeneracy and failure of atheism. And I say, aside from, like, I made a video about this, the traps that may come out of this, people joining the Catholic Church, people joining traditional Sunni Islam, I see, God willing, a great future out of this. I see a great future. People, their atheist technocratic society, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. These certain institutions, the rise of traditionalism, the rise of the alt-right, the rise of these kinds of nationalist groups, the popularity now of the Orthodox Church, the popularity of Islam, people becoming more interested in these traditional religions, these are a blatant sign that their New World Order is not going to work. These wicked, disgusting men, they're trying to destroy every vestige of naturalness and normalcy. They're trying to destroy all the races, all the genders, all the traditional beliefs, all the faith in God, all the scriptures, everything. They're trying to destroy it. And the rise of these groups in the underground on the internet, it's proof that their thing is not going to work, because these are natural, these are normal. Gender roles are natural and normal. Racial differences are natural and normal. Belief in God is absolutely natural and normal. And the rise of these groups, the alt-right, it's proving that, they're never going to be able to train this out of the human spirit, because it's rooted in our biology, it's rooted in how the Creator has made us. And I just thought I'd make this quick video pointing that out, that the God pill is taking over the world by storm. And I suggest that we, as a believing community who have the truth, we understand that we have to follow the Quran alone, whereupon the tremendous tradition, we should be preparing for this, studying the scriptures, creating a base of knowledge for when people start to really en masse, God willing, turn away from atheism and secularism, seeing that it's left people with no morality, no understanding of reality, no focus. It's just degenerate, wicked, pathetic consumerism and lawlessness and unrighteousness and just complete filthiness for the society. When people start to come to that conclusion en masse, and I believe they will, atheism is done. People can see its complete failure. It's over. It's turned the women into almost all of them into nasty whores in the West. It's turned the men into salivating dogs, playing their video games, eating their Cheetos, just wasting their lives. It's made people into lecherous, selfish losers. It's completely plummeted the birth rate as well. At the rate this society and system is going, if people don't smarten up, if people don't decide to have children, people are so selfish they don't even want to have children, the West is going to go completely extinct. We have two people nowadays, obviously a man and a woman, having like one child, two child maximum. If it's two, having one, and that keeps going on, eventually the whole society is going to go extinct. It's not produced, but instead it's degenerated, it's destroyed, this wicked atheism. And people are starting to come to that conclusion, and we need to prepare ourselves. We need to prepare ourselves by studying, creating a base of knowledge, writing our books, making our videos, doing what we need to do, and preparing for when people understand finally that they need God in their lives, to give them the truth, the full truth, and not let them be taken advantage of by these mainstream religions, to have the truth and give to them the scriptures alone. God willing, God willing. We need to prepare for this great, and I believe it's in our future. I believe it's in my lifetime, if God allows me to see, let's say, the age of 60, 70, 80. I believe it's in my lifetime, a great mass exodus away from atheism towards God, towards morality, towards control and boundaries, and objective systems, objective understandings of right and wrong. There's going to be a mass movement towards that. We ought to prepare ourselves, guys. Do not be lazy on this. Study the scriptures, and be ready for when people are seeking God to give them the answers. Of course, in the end, God gives answers, but God uses his constituency, not his constituency. He uses his group. He uses his people, his believers. He uses the people on the tremendous tradition to sometimes give those answers to people. So let us be ready, and let us prepare for the God pill, ladies and gentlemen, which is taking over the world by storm. You best believe it. You best believe it. The mainstream news is not going to talk about it, but this is taking over the world like a hurricane. You know, it's very cool knowing this as well, because if we continue studying the scriptures, we're already on the tremendous tradition. The world is just starting to catch up. They're just starting to now realize, I see this trend going on. I see it. The God pill is taking over. People are just starting to realize that atheism is utter savagery and failure. People are realizing that. And we're already ahead of the curve, guys. We're already ahead. We're already praying. We're already fasting. We're already reading the scriptures. We're already building that base of knowledge. We're already building that righteousness. We're already building that favor in the eyes of the Most High. So, God willing, when this all falls apart, it will, believe me, it will. It can't last, at least the way things are. Absolute pure relativism, no standards, consumerism. This cannot last. And when this falls apart, people are going to be seeking an alternative. And God willing, the body of believers, those in the tremendous tradition, the true Muslims, the true people who are submitted to God, because that's what Muslim means, being submitted. Those who are truly submitted to God, we will be ready. We will be ready. We will actually be ahead. We're making our investments now, and I suggest that you join me in making your investments, because I've been making mine since I was 14, ladies and gentlemen. I've been making those investments, and I'm ready for this to fall apart, because people are going to seek after God, believe me. But anyways, men, that's really all I got to say on the matter. I hope this talk was a blessing, and yeah, peace to you. Remember, deceit abounds, so keep your eyes wide open. Peace out. Assalamu alaikum, men. My name is Walid Naeem, and I have dedicated my entire life towards spreading the truth about the words of God. And I don't know about you, but personally, I have grown sick and tired of all these mainstream religions, and specifically the mosques, which have utterly failed us. I'm fed up with them placing the words of man, specifically their fabricated hadiths, at a higher authority than God's holy scriptures, their lack of knowledge about conspiracy facts and realpolitik, and their complete ignorance of the true nature of our earth. I've had enough of their compromise, their weakness, their lame sermons which put people to sleep, their virtue signaling, their fear of facing any real persecution, and their willingness to let the quote-unquote secular atheist utterly trample over them. The atheists own all of the educational boards and teach their propaganda to every so-called Muslim and quote-unquote non-Muslim child here in the West. And now with the Toyota Corolla hoax, the atheist has successfully broken apart our communities and made us utter slaves to their government. Our so-called quote-unquote Muslim sons are a bunch of wannabe hood rat gangsters who vape, drink, smoke weed, and party like animals. And our so-called quote-unquote Muslim daughters are not much different. They have no interest in hearing about the word of God. They are all too busy YOLOing. This has all happened while the imams have been living very comfortably off of the hard-earned money of their community members in the donation bins. As stated before, I personally am completely fed up with this. The mosques have had all of the support, funding, enfranchisement, and time of our communities and have produced absolutely nothing. The atheist has made the so-called quote-unquote Muslim man his bitch. He has steamrolled him in every way possible. That is why I created Eyes Wide Open. This channel exists as a call to action for all of those strong believing men who trust in their Lord fully and refuse to compromise the Quran. It is time the true sons of Adam and the inheritors of the tremendous tradition, in other words, the true Quranic Muslims, to set up something for themselves and fearlessly stand up against the madness that is going on in the world. What you see with my channel right now is only the beginning. These short videos I make in my car are all that I have time for right now, working a full-time job. I scribble these together while at work and make these videos while running errands. But you ain't seen nothing yet. If God should will, I have so much more in store for Eyes Wide Open. I want this to be a platform for the believers. Just a couple of things I have planned for this channel is, firstly, creating scholarly books, documentaries, and essays to arm you guys with the intellectual firepower for dealing with all of our enemies. Secondly, I would like Eyes Wide Open to be a center for heavy activism, public and street preaching, going to City Hall, organizing protests, knocking doors, going to baseball, hockey, soccer, basketball, and other major sporting events and preaching to the people leaving the stadium, going to the totally failed mosques, synagogues, and churches and debating with their religious leaders, going to universities and debating the quote-unquote secular professors on their laughable so-called science, and much more. It's time the believers start to fight back and shake the cage of this disgusting system. My goal is to create a base for the believers. I want people to know of our name, that there are dedicated, zealous, and studious men who do not compromise the word of God, and we are ready to take action. If we keep waiting for our mosque to do something about the real problems of this world, then we will be waiting until Judgment Day. We need to create something now from the ground up. With that being said, may God bless us in all of our endeavors and guide us every step of the way. If this sounds like something you are interested in, and if you want to be a part of the movement, then you can help me out. My Patreon and PayPal are linked in the description of every video, and, God willing, if enough generous believers decide to fund this platform, then I can quit my full-time job and look for something part-time, or, even better than that, leave employment completely, which will give me more hours in the day to do this work. I do not care to be rich. All of that stuff is vanity anyways. But the fact of the matter is, my wife and I need to eat and have a roof over our heads. So, if you wish to support the cause, then I thank you sincerely for that and promise to fight with might and main in the cause of God for the believers. If you are not able to, hey, then I totally understand. Find somebody else who needs that money and give it to them. Give it out of fear of your Lord and in dread of that great and terrible day, which is coming to all of us. For all of the believers out there, the brothers and sisters who follow hard upon the truth, all I can say is much love to each and every one of you. May God reward you in this life and the hereafter. Praise goes to God alone. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Peace.